14th part of When You Fell for a Dangerous Man and Your Possessive Best Friend Was Obsessed with You. Author point of view. And it's not like this. He was drunk, and Taehyung moved his gaze from Jimin to you, and those eyes emptied air from your lungs. Had stopped the music, and people were gawking at the scene. Jimin was on the floor, blacked out. What were you about to do? If Taehyung had not arrived, would you and Jimin be? Taehyung stopped near you. Your eyes were widely open, but the liquid in your veins was hovering your mind. Ta, follow me. He greeted these two words with enraged dark eyes, your heart thumping, ready to jump out of the ribs. Two men were dragging away Jimin. You followed Taehyung with jelly-like legs and sweaty palms. The ride to Jimin's home was painful. You asked them to stop for two times to throw up. Taehyung rode in separate car, for which you were glad. You reached. James, James helped to drag Jimin out of the car and took him to his room. You stopped in the lounge when you heard footsteps. Taehyung was standing just a little far. Ta, you will stay here, right? His question was thrown at you like a slap. He was avoiding to look at you. Yan, Taehyung, we need to. Ta, later Yan, I am getting late. He didn't spare you a look and was now leaving the house. You fell down on the sofa as all your energy was drained out due to empty stomach. You took a long 8 hour sleep and now it was night time. Changing in comfortable clothes, you came down in the kitchen. Jimin barged in, breathing heavily when you were making some food. He was in the same dress from the club. Jimin, Shan Fi. His flushed face was the proof that the memory must have flooded to him. Jimin, what happened there? Someone came. You poured a glass with water and forwarded it to him. Jan, take a breath, Jimin. He gulped down the water. Jan, Taehyung. He came there before you blacked out. Jimin, what? He pulled his own hairs while mumbling. You headed to him and held his arm. He flinched. Jan, I am sorry, Jimin. He licked his full lips and shook his head. Jimin, actually, I am sorry. I lost control. I should not have been so wasted when I was supposed to look after you. You bit your lip, seeing him in guilt. Jan, Jimin, you removed your hand from his arm. Are you sure that was because of drinks? Confusion filled his eyes. Jimin, what do you mean? Jan, did you notice something else? Any other energy? He didn't say a word, though, his chest rising and falling as thoughts made lines on his forehead. Jimin, I don't think so. That spells can work on me. I am one of them. You nodded. Jimin, what about Taehyung? I don't know how I will face him. Yan, I did, but he didn't talk to me. Jimin's phone buzzed with a notification. He read the message. Yan, what is it? Jimin, it's bad, Leela. They found her. You ran to your room and shut the door. People were dying. It's not stopping. Mia, Nile, and now Leela. The clothes you took earlier were on the bed. You hurried to them and stuffed your trembling hand in Jean's pocket. Your heart missed a beat. It was not a dream. You did not hallucinate. Jungkook was there in the club. You pulled out your hand with a chain and a small key hanging down in it. You jumped at your place when Jimin knocked on the door. Jimin, in the lounge, Yan. Everyone will be gathered there for a meeting. Taehyung staring at Jimin while he was trying to avoid his eyes. James and two more people were also there. Elijah. It's hard to believe that all these murders are related to a human. Grace, I think it's more than that. You stepped in and everyone's eyes darted to you. New faces and their attention nervous you. James. Hey, come in. This is Elijah. He is the head of our system. And she is Grace, Elijah's assistant. Jan. Hello. James. Elijah Grace. She is Jan. Grace. Taehyung's girlfriend. He looked at Taehyung, whose shoulders tensed. Ta. Let's talk about the matter for which we gathered here. Elijah. Yeah, sure. The murders that took place in past few days have one similarity. Every time we find their bodies, we received a message. James gave a paper to others. It says, give us what is ours, or it will be the end of world. The words sent you shiver. Elijah, there was no hint, but lately we traced Jungkook's interaction with the vampires. Hearing his name, your hand crawled to the chain that you were wearing now, hidden under your shirt. Elijah, they claim that we have their family member. Jimin, but we don't have any vampire in our group. Grace, that is a human, and the only human with Jungkook's involvement is Yan. Jimin turned his gaze towards you, and your eyes set on Taehyung. James, so what's the plan now? Elijah, Shan, do you have something to share? Shan, I am not their member, but how can we stop these murders? Grace, they are not clearing their point, but if the murderers are vampires and that member is you, then they will demand for you. Your heart sank. Jimmy, we cannot give them Shan. That is not the solution. You noticed Young smirked with his head down. Pain spread inside you. Shan, I don't think that it is related to me. Elijah, let us know if Jungkook contact with any one of you. Everyone left except you and Taehyung. He was also moving out when you came in front of him. Yan, listen to me, Taehyung. Ta, what? Shan, whatever happened in the club? Ta, I don't want to talk about that. Yan, you have to. Ta, I am not interested in hearing your love moments. Yan, shut up, Taehyung. He held your arm and pulled you closer. Ta, you were my friend, and yeah, I need to be shut up. His face an inch away. You could feel his warm breathing on your face. Shan, I did not. Because I pulled him, or you two must be. Then what? Would you have some different explanation? His face was red due to yelling. Yan, you think I cheated on you? You hissed, denying to explain any more. He breathed in sharply and stepped away. Yan, you claim to love me, then you should at least trust me. He closed his eyes and stepped back in the chair. With slow steps, you went near him and standing. Ta, you are hiding something, Yan, and so are you. Ta, he looked up, the close proximity affecting both of them. Ta, is this some kind of competition? You bit your inner cheek. In all this mess, your relation with him was suffering. Yan, I don't know why all this is happening. He sighed. His hands held you by your waist and pulled you. You looked down deep in his dark eyes. Ta, we will go through this together. Weight was lifted from your heart. James, sorry to disturb you, but Taehyung, you need to come to the company. You stepped away and Taehyung rolled his eyes. Ta, you disturbed me, James. Your cheeks tinted pink. He stood and walked away with James. Sitting in the kitchen, you were tracing the coffee mug, lost in some thoughts. Shuffling behind alerted you. JK, missing me? Jungkook comfortably walked in. Anger swelled your veins and you reached to him. You raised your hand to hit him, but he held it. Why so violent? Jan, what you did today? You again put that spell that was so of you. He grinned, letting go your hand. JK, oh that you were about to Jimin. Yan, you, JK, well, that happened because you ran away from me, or that would be mine. I mean, one doesn't hurt, right? He took one step towards you, and you moved back. JK. Taehyung saw that. What did he say? Yan. Why you came here? You avoided his question, but he was now near you. Yan. And why you gave me that key? His huge figure almost small frame. JK. Why you didn't tell them about me? You wanted to be at distance, but the counter touching your back didn't let you. Yan. Please don't. JK. Alright, no spell. Yan. Why are you in touch with vampires? His brows furrowed and face tilted. JK. Come on. My brother said he will keep the secret, but he is such a Yan. Taehyung. JK. Didn't he tell you about this? About your parents? Yan. My parents? He put his hands on the counter and leaned. JK. Your parents in the States. They adopted you. And you belong to vampires. Yan. What? JK. No one told you the whole thing. They all went to company. You were not invited anywhere when the whole case is about you. Why are you wasting your time with these double faced people? Your mind following him, but your heart denying to believe him. To be continued. I know the scene cut in the midway, but I will try to upload next part soon and it will continue from here. So, thanks for watching. Stay safe and healthy. Love you all.